Big Balls Bob. Not to be confused with Tiny Balls Todd.
I do have a body. It's very fantastic. More of a temple, really, than a body.
I can't tell if he's doing a bit or not.
I'm glad you brought that point up because
Todd's a pussy.
It's right next to Todd's OnlyFans.
It's on the internet.
Yeah, Todd's not dumb. I tried to get in a high honors English class once, and they called my parents and were like, hey, just tell him he can't do it. It shows. It really shows. I'm a dumbass, and I'm sorry.
The first time you've been let out of mom's basement, right?
Oh, no, I'm still in mom's basement, actually.
I hate you guys so much.
I'm going to throw these two guys into the screen so that if I die, they can carry on the legacy of crap that is this show.
And welcome to Lombardi's Bar as the Packers are going to London across the pond to take on who at quarterback? And the New York Giants. A lot of blimey blokes over there. They're coming off the win over the Patriots. Bailey Zappi, doesn't matter. Got the W. We now welcome in a guy whose mustache puts the pedo in pedo van. Our guy, Todd Varney.
You said pedo. I thought immediately you were
sorry.
talking about Jimmy. Sorry, my bad.
And the guy who is Doogie Howser's wannabe brother, Jimmy Christensen.
First of all, I don't know who that is, but I'm offended.
You don't know who Doogie Howser is?
No, yeah. I will probably.
Okay, well, we're gonna do the show.
How do you not know Doogie Howser? Like, that's.
Should I know who that is?
Yes. NPH, man, get with it. Only one of the biggest child stars in the history of anything ever.
Neil Patrick Harris?
Okay, Neil Patrick Harris. If you said Neil Patrick Harris, I know who that is. Not from whatever you're talking about, but from How I Met Your Mother. But
I don't even want to fill in. I don't even want to fill in anymore. Like,
yeah,
I'm like,
thanks everybody for tuning in. We're just gonna call it.
Let's talk about Pauly Shore.
Yes, now we're talking. Let's go.
Weasel,
DJ Pauly D.
Did you, Jimmy? I know I texted you that Son-in-Law is on Hulu. Have you watched it?
You did not text me that. You tweeted that.
Oh, either way, you read it. So you read it. Did you?
I read it. I read it. Did I watch it? I did not watch it yet.
How about In the Army Now?
Nothing with that human, because I honestly thought Todd was talking about Jersey Shore when he brought up that person. I have not watched any of those.
Todd, what's going on here? Like, what's happening here?
I'm just a dude, just a guy being a dude. I will say, In the Army Now is the first movie that I sat from beginning to the end in a theater and watched. It was, I was hooked. I was there.
Hey, looking back on it, can you actually sit through Pauly Shore beginning to end in a movie? So maybe Jimmy's not wrong here.
No, Jimmy's still wrong.
So, boys, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. How are we feeling about the state of the Packers right now after squeaking by Bailey Zappi?
I have zero concerns long-term for the team. I know Jimmy is the exact opposite because I've had to talk him off the ledge multiple days.
You're not talking me off the ledge. I'm not the exact opposite. I'm not no concerns. I'm a few concerns. I'm not Dan level yet.
What's your biggest concern then?
I think
Jimmy doesn't think we have a defense.
That's not it. What I texted you was, we're missing Chris Barnes because we started the season doing that 4-3 defense. We had Chris Barnes, Quay Walker, and Devondre on the field. And I don't see another reason to do that unless it's to help stop the run. We lost Chris Barnes. We haven't seen them try to fill that in with McDuffie at all. We just brought in Eric Wilson. Maybe he's a person they try that with, but it's figuring out how to somewhat stop the run.
I don't think that's it.
So Matt LaFleur was on the podium saying, like, we number one need to address the run. And I got lost in his eyes, and his eyebrows look really good. So I kind of believe him. Like, I feel
Makes
like
sense.
they're gonna do it on the Giants, who literally have, like, I mean, look at the roster. They have so many injuries. The Giants do.
Yeah. Well, and the point that I was making to Jimmy is, it's not like it was just Aaron Rodgers and the starters on offense that didn't play in the preseason. The defense didn't play either. And as a defense, like, that's more of a feel for your assignment and the guys around you, more of a cohesion where, like, one, you've got to do your job, but you also have to react to what the offense is doing and understand how the next guy over is going to react. So I think as they keep playing, Quay gets more experience. Devondre keeps working with the guys in front of him. They can do a few more things schematically. I think that's where we're going to see this defense start playing a lot better.
Are we still bringing up them not playing in preseason for this lack of offense? Like, is this still a thing? Are we still doing this? You said it.
I think it contributes to the slow start, but it's not anything I'm concerned with. Like, if that's the way that they want to operate, then go for it.
But how long of a slow start do we say they didn't play in the preseason? Because now it's 4 games in. Preseason is only 3 games. So this past week should have been the one to where it's been your shit needs to be together.
Maybe Rodgers still has the afterglow of the ayahuasca. Like he's still like reveling in this kind of like dream world, and he's still kind of like sleepwalking through it a little bit.
That would only boost him. I refuse to believe ayahuasca has any negative effect on his play.
All right, you're winning me back after the Pauly Shore Doogie Howser debacle. You're winning me back here. I'm enjoying it. Boys, speaking of ayahuasca, it's a drink, obviously. Speaking of drinks, do we want to buy a round?
Yeah, absolutely. And before we do, so Dan did get
the drink special
sent over to us today. So he did buy a round. Apparently technology and Dan don't operate that well together when he's out of country. So this is his only contribution for the night.
Hello, Lombardi's Bar crew. Dan, the bartender here outside the world famous Harrods, where you can buy pretty much anything you want. And so I am going to buy a round for one Mr. Romeo Dobbs, who I'm sure will not be talked about at all on the show today. Dude is playing out as a number 1 wide receiver already. So Harrods, come down to Harrods, Romeo, and I'll get you anything you want. Top shelf.
He looks tired as shit.
Yeah, and he tried sending us another video and it got cut. And he's like sleeping through the video. Dude tried to do things on the day he traveled. Not a great combo. But
yeah,
I think we should let me just go through and edit quick in the agenda. Let's not talk about Romeo Dobbs at all the rest of the show to make Dan wrong about that.
All right.
Done. And if
I'll
he
take this jersey down right now.
Yeah, take it down. Take it
Get it
down.
off. Yeah.
Don't even mention it. Don't even talk about him dropping the ball in the end zone. Don't even bring it up, okay? All right. So, by the way, quick on Dan, like, is jet lags a real? You guys have been overseas at all? Like, I've been to Ireland. I was either drunk off of Guinness and Jameson for 2 weeks, or it was the jet lag. I'm not sure which, but jet lag's a real effing thing. Like, have you guys experienced that shit at all?
No.
Yes.
Jimmy played professional football.
I was just trying to beat you to that. I lived in China for a year. Going over there, not so bad for jet lag. Coming back was fucking horrible. I was up for, it probably took like a week to get back adjusted to like normal time.
So Dan's going to be a piece of shit next week then on Lombardi's Bar.
Honestly, it's not like a big stray from the norm. So he'll just be Dan.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just standard piece of shit.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Boy, what do we think? Let's buy a round then.
Yeah, I'll start it up here. I'm going to go with Amari Rodgers. The Patriots kicked off 5 times. They punted 7. Amari Rodgers had 0 fumbles. Great work, kid. Keep it up. Let's celebrate the small stuff for him. See if he can just keep building on that success. Maybe one of these days he'll have a positive return that won't get called back on a penalty.
You think they're going to, I texted you this. They brought in another return guy on their practice squad right now who is a cornerback, which we need depth at. Do you think that is a sign that Amari will not be on the team by the end of the year?
I mean, not if he keeps not fumbling.
Did you hear what Aaron Rodgers said about him a couple of weeks ago when they asked him about Amari Rodgers on the offense, and Rodgers in front of his locker sat there a bit, took a sip of his water, and he goes, "Yeah, he's on the team."
he's returning for us right now.
Yeah, he's returning. Okay. Like it was the most like he is in the doghouse answer I think I've heard Roger like politely give. It was pretty funny.
How much do you think Rodgers doesn't like him because he was supposed to replace Cobb? Do you think that plays into it at all?
Or is the ego so much of Aaron Rodgers that he doesn't want another guy on the team with the name Rodgers?
That's it.
I don't know.
Broke the code.
Because Richard Rodgers was around for quite a while.
Yeah, that's true.
But we were so bad at tight end. He would have thrown anyone out there. I don't like. It could have been an Aaron Rodgers. He would have threw him out there. I don't think he cared at that.
I mean,
point.
he's got the.
I don't think the Randall Cobb.
Rodgers, does he have it in him to catch a Hail Mary? He can't even catch a punt.
I mean, probably not. No.
True.
I don't know that the Randall Cobb, like Jimmy, I messaged you about this of like Amari Rodgers and Randall Cobb have a good relationship. That's like one of his mentors coming through. You would think,
yeah,
like that would kind of take care of any of the petty issues that Jimmy seems to think is happening there. But
I asked the question. It doesn't mean I think that. I'm just saying, do you think that's a possibility?
You thought it because you've asked that question multiple times to a lot.
I have not. That is the first time I've asked Rodgers' relationship with Cobb affect Amari's position. That's the first time I asked that.
I'm too lazy to look for receipts, but I know they're there.
All right, look for him.
Not gonna.
Jimmy, you wanna? Well, Todd's looking receipts or not? Do you want to buy around?
Yeah, I'm going with AJ Dillon. Aaron Jones is having an incredible season, and I think that is also making it seem that AJ Dillon isn't having that great of a season as I guess fans expected. They put a chart out on, I don't know what site, PFF, whatever the fuck that is, where it said like expected yards per carry based on like the boxes and things he's facing. And it is right around 3.6, which is what he's getting. So he's going per expected, but he's running right into the heart of the defense. He's not having those outside zone runs or those big sweep plays, which again, he's not built for, which is fine. But I think fans are expecting him to have these crazy 100-yard games, which is just not going to be his role. He's going to be the bruiser back that gets 3 yards a carry, but puts the offense in a better position. So I'm going to buy around for him because he is doing the dirty work, and I don't know if it's really getting the praise that it should.
No, what did he say that after what was that the Bears game when he was like, I just want to be known for coming to work, doing the dirty work. Like I want my kids to, if I ever have them to sit down and watch tape and be like, man, that guy's working his ass off essentially. That's like everything you want. And he loves Wisconsin, and he's legitimately the mayor of Door County. Even if he isn't officially, I'm anointing him the mayor of Door County.
One day.
Both quads.
Yeah. Mayor and vice mayor.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Ebo, before we get to your buy round, can you do our buddy Matt solid here and just say fucking?
Fucking.
God, that was good.
That was hot.
Thanks.
Nice.
I'll pepper it in a little more. Oh,
yeah.
Fucking, yeah.
There. Well, not too much.
Oh,
hold on.
sorry.
Jeez.
Knowing Nick, that's going to be in the intro next week. Just him whispering.
Shots fired at producer Nick, and he's not even here.
Yeah, where's he at, by the way? I always had pleasant exchanges with him.
He's on kid duty tonight, and for the past few weeks.
God, no kids right here. Let's go, baby. Hell
right.
Yeah.
Todd has multiple kids. He just doesn't take care of them.
You just got to get other people to raise them as their own. It's fine. We were hoping to have Nick tonight, but unfortunately we don't. So
yeah,
maybe next week.
Supposed to be his triumphant return.
He said I'll be back in October. So we'll have to, maybe we'll get him a calendar.
Well, I hope he doesn't hold it against his kid for the rest of its life. So
I'm gonna.
All right. A round that I want to buy. This guy went through a lot of trials and tribulations last year, and when he made the field goal, Mason Crosby, you could see there was a lot of relief and tension off his shoulder. I think he even muttered some choice words. I would love to give the man with hopefully a golden leg for the rest of the season, buy Mason Crosby around.
Yeah. How worried were you when you saw him?
Very.
Oh, for sure.
Like all I could think about was that game against the Bengals last year where he missed like 30 of them. And it like haunts my nightmares. When he got up there, and I didn't want it to end in a tie. Like I know no ties. It was a soccer, it's not soccer. So when it went up, I was like shitting myself. When it went through, jubilation. It was fucking awesome.
I had nothing but confidence in Mason to make that.
You're
kick.
full of shit. You were full of shit.
No, they set it up right where he wanted it to. If they would have like stopped as soon as they got into field goal range and just been like, okay, we're gonna set it up here, we're gonna run the clock down and do this, then I probably would have been there. But the fact that they like kept pushing in and just kept feeding Dylan to like, okay, let's get down there. Now let's set it up and go. And it was the right hash. I don't have to worry about Mason on the right hash.
Mr. No punters and kickers, go for it every time. Had no doubts at all with Mason going on there.
No.
Not once.
No.
Todd, you were full of shit.
Boys, then I guess up next it's time to pay the tab. Todd, you started first with the buy around, so now pay the tab, MFer.
I'm gonna go with Darnell Savage. Just I feel like every time there's a blown coverage, he's the one that you can look at and go, you weren't where you were supposed to be. Why are you chasing this down? There was, I think it was the first touchdown that they threw for that he just like went and sat in a soft zone in the flat instead of getting any depth. And the dude just ran right behind him and made the catch. It's stuff like that. Like it picked up your 5th-year option. If you don't want that to be your last year in Green Bay, you might want to figure out how to play safety in the NFL.
Yeah. But then fans are going to look at his one tackle on that like screenplay and be like, look, he's good.
Well, and that's,
like,
I mean, he's got numbers that show that like when targeted, he's having a pretty solid season, but I think he's like, those stats are a little iffy because they're when he's the closest defender. Just because he's not the closest defender doesn't mean he's not the guy that fucked up and just got burned. Like that, it was, pretty obvious, especially when they're running some of the zone stuff. Like you can tell who's not in the right spot on those. And a lot of times it's him.
Yeah, no, that's fair. He
really
sucks.
broke that film down. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was, I think Robin Adams threw out an article on Darnell singing his praises. And as much as I love to just shit all over everything Robin does, I let him have that one.
How gracious of you.
Until right now.
I'm a nice guy. Yeah. I'll call him out here though.
Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm going with all pro linebacker Devondre Campbell. Last season, he had 4 missed tackles the entire year. This season, he's already up to 6, which not a great sign. Not great. I don't know. It just, we signed him to a contract, a big one, especially for linebacker. He had a great season last year. I know Todd mentioned to me when I was texting him about all my frustrations with the defense, which were minimal. He said it's just kind of like more or less going. It's natural regression because last year he played probably maybe a little bit better than he was, and that's going back to what his actual level's at. But I think a lot of fans, especially myself, expected it to be maybe a little bit better than what it's been so far.
Yeah, I'm not concerned over like 6 missed tackles early in the season like this. Like 4 in an entire season, that's insane. There's not a chance that he was going to repeat with a number like that.
Yeah, but did you think he was going to already have 6 within 4 weeks?
I guess I haven't really noticed it, so I don't know that it's.
I mean, he had the most sacks for the tackles for the Packers last year. I mean, the dude's kind of a beast.
Yeah, he's good. I'm just saying he's not playing as well as what we saw last season.
Wow, so Jimmy wants Devondre Campbell off the team because
fuck off, Todd.
No, you didn't agree with getting that big contract, made him soft and lazy. I get it. Wow.
Yep.
Okay, first of all, don't like this. Dan's usually here to get most of the shit from Todd, and now I have 2 people giving it to me.
You usually like it when you have 2 people giving it to you.
Yeah, in a different situation, not on live streams.
Well,
we live streamed it. Never mind.
Different kind of live streams. You gotta.
Yeah, sorry, different type of live streams.
I think are there 30% off for like $7.99 a month now? Is that what that is?
Check my OnlyFans. You'll find out.
All right, I want to pay the tab for this. This is a little off the beaten path. It's a little outside the box thinking. I kind of feel bad for them, but also for Rock Hopper Penguins. I would love to pay the tab for these guys because now they are getting compared to 4-time MVP, Hall of Famer, a Super Bowl winner. I feel I know it's a little different. Like I feel bad for them because now they're put up such impossible tasks because Aaron Rodgers, you see the hair coming down from the hat and the helmet. It looks like a Rock Hopper Penguin. Like that's unfair to these guys. So I'm paying the tab, I guess, to give them alcohol, if that's okay. I know it's a little different.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good look.
Bad look for them trying to live up to Aaron Rodgers, I think is what I'm trying to get at.
It's not a good look for Rodgers. I hope he's finding a new barber.
I thought it looked pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I think Rodgers could do no wrong in my eyes. I think it looks pretty good.
It's one of those things
I would
where
like to stroke both sides of it and say you're going to do better against the Giants.
I don't know. You've just got to put a little bit of faith into your barber to be like, dude, just make sure it looks good, right? Like the number of times my barber has told me, like, no, we're not doing that.
You had long hair, like you didn't want the.
No,
I don't even know what to call that. Like, what's the hairstyle?
It's not the barber though. It's him putting the hat on. When he doesn't have a hat on, it looks great. It's the second he tries to put the hat on, it's the problem, which is a user issue, not the barber.
So either in that point, then the barber needs to be hitting him up like, dude, stop it because you're making my work look shitty on national TV. I didn't cut your hair like you wanted it to for you to treat it like this and make me look like I don't know what I'm doing. Because for that guy, being Aaron Rodgers' barber is probably, like something he might brag about, something he might use as, a little marketing thing. At this point, if I'm responsible for that, I'm not. No, I used to. I don't do it anymore. Though.
Ever thought of this though? Aaron Rodgers had long hair for such a long time. He didn't need a barber. Maybe he found and went to a new guy, and that guy fucked up. And now Rodgers on the search for a new barber. He's in transition period.
Cost cutters and Ashwaubenon, man, go get it.
Supercuts.
You get what you pay for.
Maybe Blue of Earth cut it. His girlfriend.
There, yeah. You and Corey. There's Corey from Marshall.
Corey, my man.
Same.
I mean, it is the
same
wavelength right now. Mercury just got out of retrograde, so we're getting back on track.
We're back on it.
Yeah.
I'm still getting over you bringing up Penguins in this show. That's like a first. I did not think we'd get there.
Well, it's unfair to them. They're kind of put in a bad situation. So I wanted to.
Yeah, you wanted to shout them out. I get it. I understand.
I mean, who wants to live up to a 4-time MVP? Todd,
who sucks right now.
Hey.
Come on.
Hey. Hey. You get him out in London to impress a whole new, his family's like as far away as possible. He's going to ball, okay? It's fine.
I didn't think of that. I wonder if he had their passports suspended just to make sure that they can't get there. He probably had him put on some terrorist watch list to ensure this is the one game I can control that my parents cannot come to.
Hey guys, I found fertilizer and pipe bombs in these person's garages.
Jimmy, you can't say that shit on the internet. How many times we've been through this?
Hair watch groups. Why is what I said an issue?
Your double teams on OnlyFans is fine. Just don't say pipe bombs and stuff, okay?
Yeah. Can't talk about that. Come on.
That's crossing the line.
God.
Okay?
I fucking hate you guys so much.
Jesus.
Well, we don't much like you either, so that's fine.
I'm just glad to be involved tonight. That's all.
Yeah, no, I'm stoked that you're here because otherwise I'd have to do this with just Jimmy.
Well, he'd have another person from the OnlyFans account to,
right. Yeah.
Double team.
So
sorry.
Speaking of nothing that we were actually speaking of, just trying to transition here and doing a poor job at it. We do have the Best Packer in America contest voting up. We are just dropping the link in the chat. Go on there. You'll see all the bars that made it and go vote for your favorite, and we'll come visit you. Maybe we'll bring Ebo this time. If he's not busy, we'll see.
Not invited.
Jimmy's special friend.
Yeah, so go ahead and check out the voting. Dan knows how that's all working. So when he comes back, if you have questions, just DM him. Any questions you have about anything we're doing, just send them to Dan while he's on vacation. Annoy the shit out of him. It's fantastic. So that's that. Jimmy, would you like to? No, you got it. You're good. Nice. Thanks.
I'm scared to say anything because I got two people now I got to watch out for. I'm nervous to say any words.
Once 7:30 hits, I'll direct all my other stuff to Todd.
Okay, cool.
You
so
have
it's just
an hour
5 more
time.
minutes. Okay, cool.
Awesome. Well, while we've got 5 minutes until that happens, let's go ahead and bring in Ash so that we can get a third person giving Jimmy shit for 5 minutes and just see how this goes.
I won't mind it from her. She has an accent, so I won't even hear the bad parts. I'll just be like, oh, that's a cool accent, and just not really listen.
I'm here to bring Jimmy shit from all the way across the pond. So yeah.
Perfect. We appreciate it.
Love it.
How excited are you that the Packers are heading your way tomorrow?
I'm pretty emotional, actually. I think it's going to be weird. So they land Friday morning, and then I'm going to their training day on Friday. So I get to see them physically in person before the game on Sunday. And people have bets on me, what I'm going to do. Some people thinking I'm going to faint or, I don't know, try and like run down a Packer on the field and then just get escorted away by someone. I don't know. And I'm going for all of the above. I'm here for it.
Now, to kind of, I'm curious what you're going to do. Like when the Beatles came over to JFK Airport in America, like the ladies were just going wild, like fainting, falling down, crying. Is that going to be kind of like the situation when the Packers touchdown tomorrow on the airplane? Are you going to be there? Like if, TSA lets you, like just going nuts?
Just like running through Heathrow Airport.
Yeah.
It's just going to be weird. I don't know. Like I've obviously never seen the Packers play live before and everything. So seeing them play in London first rather than America, I think is always a little bit strange. But it should be really fun. But I do genuinely believe people are going to lose their fucking minds seeing not just like Aaron Rodgers, but also you've got Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, David Bakhtiari. You've got bloody everybody.
They're bigger than the Beatles.
So I'm really excited.
So let's say you do hop a fence and start running on the field, which is a possibility at this point.
Yeah.
Who are you hoping hits you like Bobby Wagner? Like, is there a certain player that you want to just tackle you? Like, are you doing this intentionally to get one person to knock you out?
Oh my God. That's a tough question. Can I just say that a Bobby Wagner hit? I think I had that on repeat for so long, just from every different angle. That guy is going to be bruised for like the next month of his life.
I'm surprised he's alive, honestly. At this point.
Oh, it's such a tough one. I mean, you
I'm
can't.
gonna throw this out there. The guy who Bobby Wagner hit earlier today filed a police report against Bobby Wagner. Just an FYI. So
okay,
Yeah.
I don't blame him though, because if I put on Twitter, if someone came up to me, a lawyer, and said, "Hey, I could get you like $100,000 if you do this," I would sign the dotted line and be like, "I just committed a crime. I'm gonna have some bills I got to pay. Please get me $100,000."
yeah, he filed a police report looking for action, and I think he'll probably try to sue Bobby Wagner, which would be incredible because he's the one that ran on an NFL field.
Hey, do what you got to do.
Oh my God, I would die if he actually goes and sues him and wins. That would just be the funniest thing.
You could get another opportunity to see him again, so maybe you do it to one of your favorite Packers.
Maybe.
You get to
that's
see
a
him
very
that
interesting
time,
shout.
and then again in court.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Maybe Walker, David Bakhtiari. There's so many. I mean, I'm definitely running towards Aaron Rodgers anyway. If I can go in fully dressed as Nick Cage, when he turned up to training camp stuff before regular season and stuff, that would be like the icing on top of the cake. It would be beautiful.
Are you going to show up as Nick Cage then?
At some point over the weekend, I have the outfit ready to go. I don't know when to bring it out because it's cold now here in the UK. But yeah, I could drop the outfit at some point for sure.
I think bring it out Friday morning through Sunday night, just all
The
week.
whole way.
Never change.
Just never change.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the perception of Aaron Rodgers' hair in London? Is it
There's a lot of hate from non-Packer fans. There's so much hate. But yeah, I couldn't agree. I was absolutely like pissing myself laughing listening to you guys talk about his barber. And I think it is just he struggles to put on a hat with the hairstyle at the moment. It's a struggle to watch. But I dig it. I'm like you. Aaron Rodgers can do no wrong in my eyes. So.
Sorry to interrupt. Like, since it's 7:30 now, which looks worse, Todd's mustache or Aaron Rodgers' hair?
I mean, I'm gonna have to go for Todd's mustache.
That's fair. That's very fair, and I agree 1,000%.
But all the love, Todd. All the love.
I appreciate it.
Okay. 7:30, Todd. You know?
Yeah, no, it's.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, Jimmy. Look how happy Jimmy is. I haven't seen Jimmy this genuinely happy since we were at Skyline Chili together.
No, that I wasn't. I was just high. I don't know if I was happy. I was just really high.
Where was my invite? Damn. Or Ashes.
I'm pretty sure
you guys were high making Skyline Chili.
I'm pretty sure we invited you to Cincinnati when we went in April.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Ash. We did not invite you just because across the country to come to Cincinnati is really not that appealing.
Yeah.
So
it's okay. Next
Ash,
time.
how'd you get into the Packers, by the way?
Say that again.
How did you get into the Packers?
I've always loved telling people this story. I literally got every team's jersey up on a screen in front of me, and I chose my favorite one. It turned out to be an Aaron Rodgers Packers jersey from like the current season. So I've only been watching NFL and stuff since 2018. So I'm still a newbie compared to like some of the hardcore like veteran fans. But yeah, I chose the Packers and haven't looked back. Greatest decision of my adult life.
Hell yeah. All right. Do you know anything about Brett Favre?
Yes. Yeah. He's made all the headlines and news here. And
so recent news.
Oh, you wish you, you wish you didn't know.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because if you haven't heard anything about him recently, don't look into it.
No, I know. Yeah, bloody hell, Brett Favre. And it's so annoying because I've got some really good friends who run a like vintage apparel store, and every kind of vintage jersey that you can think of, like some that are really hard to come by and everything, like somehow they get them. And it's like walking into a museum every time I go to their store. And they had a blackout Brett Favre one. And I was like eyeing it up every time. It's like a couple of hundred like pounds though, or dollars, whatever. And I was like humming and hawing whether I should get it, what I should do. And then the whole Brett Favre story came out, and I was like, we'll just park that to the side for a little while longer.
It's probably on sale now.
I would buy.
Maybe
I'd still buy it. I'd buy it.
Yeah, bargain with him. Be like, hey, he stole from the poor, and no one really likes him anymore. I'll give you 20.
It's a lovely jersey. It's so annoying. It's a lovely jersey, but yeah, I was just like, I won't, like, if I get it, I just won't wear it in public for a while, until hopefully something goes down.
I got a couple of Brett Favre hoodies over here. I'm about to put one on. I got a Brett Favre magnet on my fridge. Hasn't come down.
For it.
$20 million, whatever.
I had a Darren Sharper jersey I had to get rid of after he got arrested.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I put a piece
one more
of duct
time,
tape.
Jimmy. Do not buy jerseys.
Okay,
Stop
first
it.
of all, I was given that one. I didn't buy that one. I was
Either
given
way.
that one.
Either way,
and then later
stop.
on, homeboy decided to be a sexual predator. So I put a piece of tape on it for a while, put Burnett, and then I was like, you know what? I still don't even want this in my house.
Nick Burnett would have thought of that.
Sorry. I didn't want to get rid of a jersey. I'd rather repurpose it.
So, Ash, have you been to the Tottenham Hotspur Arena at all? Like, have you like checked it out or anything? Like, what's it like?
Yeah, so it's a really lovely
cool.
stadium. It's just a massive bitch of a location to get to and from. That's like the only downside. But in terms of the stadium, it's beautiful. Like it really is. And it's like a purposely built NFL stadium here in the UK as well. So like they went in when they made it and stuff. But I was there on Tuesday, and it's a Packers home game, so they've started like painting the field and everything, putting all like the green bay signs up, and that for me felt like a little bit more real. I was like, oh shit, it's actually happening. Because I don't think it will feel real and stuff until maybe Friday, until I'm actually there on Sunday. But in terms of like the stadium and the sound and stuff, I was there last weekend for the other London game as well. It's loud, it's noisy, so I'm sure we're going to make it feel like Lambeau Field 2.0, hopefully, and have like a big welcome for everybody traveling over from America as well.
Well, it'll only be Lambeau 2.0 if people tell you to sit down. If they don't tell you to sit down, it won't be Lambeau Field.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
There's not bleachers. There's not bleachers in the. It's their seats, right? In the hospital.
Yeah, actual seats. Yeah.
Oof. Now in Lambeau, if you swear too loud, an usher will write you a pretend ticket and give it to you. To stop
Is that
swearing.
true?
They'll give you a warning. I found out last year.
That's when I was with you.
Yeah, and they tried to blame Alex, and I was like, that was me.
What'd you say?
I dropped an F-bomb.
Oh.
I think I told one of the cornerbacks from the Bears to get the fuck out of there or something. He could hear me too. We were in the 300s. So
Yeah, he heard it.
he heard me
Right.
for sure. But yeah, tried the usher, like went after the like nicest, quietest dude in the group.
Which, what do they expect? You're out in the parking lot getting toasted, like slamming brewskis and grilling brats. Like, boys are gonna be swearing a little bit. Come on.
I mean, I'm sober. That's just me in general.
Yes, God doesn't have that excuse.
I just forget that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just an asshole. It's fine.
Hey, so Ash, like outside of Lambeau, it's like literally like you dropped a stadium in the middle of like suburbia, so it's just a bunch of like old houses. So it's literally everyone's like families, like raising kids and stuff outside of this, Lambeau Field, the holy ground. Outside of the Hotspurs stadium, like can you tailgate? Can you like fire up the grill? Or is it just like, what is the sights and sounds around it?
Yeah, so tailgating, like no, just because the lovely borough council in Tottenham just won't physically allow it at that time of the day. But
Now that the Queen's dead, does that change that?
Hey, that could be a sensitive topic, dude.
That hasn't affected anything, sadly, in terms of tailgating. But there are so many pubs and like bars and stuff around. So I think the fans have like taken it unto themselves to create like so many little pockets and stuff around. When I say like it's difficult to get into some of these pubs and bars and stuff, like you literally have to like elbow your way in, already have like a couple of pints waiting for you and everything to get like the day started going strong. But yeah, and like obviously so many little pop-up food shops and stuff happen as well. So it's kind of like little barbecues and everything, but not the same as like an American tailgate for sure. And I'm coming over anyway to Lambeau in November, so I'm going to be really excited to go to my first ever one. And I'm sure that'll like trump any game that I've been to over here tenfold.
Sweet.
Yeah, we've got you on that one. I'm excited. Just like you're talking about how hard it is to like get to the stadium and then like the pubs around it. I'm so excited to hear Dan complain about this for 25 minutes on next week's show. Like that's all it's going to be. I'm already looking forward to it. Guaranteed. Pay the Tab is going to be related to that next week.
100%.
Perfect.
Can you please tell the story of how you got Rachel to pick you up for a picture?
I've never been so excited in my entire existence that not only happened, but I've got like photographic and video evidence as well. But so I'm really lucky enough to have met Rachel Bonetta before, but just through like Instagram live and stuff. So like Zoom, Teams, whatever. And then we were at South Bank last week because they were doing some like NFL stuff, obviously before the first game. They had like a ton of people down, obviously, as well, which is really exciting. I was halfway through eating a foot-long hot dog. I was so hungry, starving. I had all the toppings on it, like you can imagine, full sauce as well. I had mustard around my mouth. Like we were going in strong. I gave no shares. And then my mate that I was with goes, Rachel Bonetta's just there. And I was like, for fuck's sake. Like, are you kidding me right now? I I put down the hot dog, and I never do. Like, I'm a big foodie.
Neither does
Like, it's gonna
Todd.
take a lot for me to put my food down and disregard that. But yeah, we just went over to Rachel, said hi. We were waiting for her as well, to do like some interviews and stuff anyway, because she was like meant to go onto this stage, talk to the crowd for like half an hour and everything. So we were lucky enough to see her beforehand. But she recognized me as well. So I was like fangirling for a hot second. And then she said, "Oh my God, you're so small in person. I can totally pick you up." And then I just like, without thinking about it, I don't know, I just got like quite not aggressive, but I was like, "No, I can pick you up." And I was like, "Oh my God," in my head, me and Rachel were about to have a fight or something. What's going on? But yeah, she obviously won, got the photo and stuff, and I haven't looked back. But she's still here this week and stuff. So hopefully if I do see her again, I'm going to pick her up and we can do like a side-by-side picture.
Are you going to pick her up like cradle or like a baby like this? Or over the head like Evo? Yeah.
Over the head, I think that would be cool. I might do like a couple, just to, pure dominance from me.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to let her know.
Yeah.
Just tackle her. Honestly, just blindside her.
Like Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, like Bobby Wagner.
Like Bobby Wagner, yeah.
Wear a helmet too. Give her a concussion. No big deal.
Yeah, no. All right.
From a legal standpoint, Ash, don't do that.
No.
From an
She
entertainment
has the
point of view.
beefiest security guards like with her as well. And I'm talking like these guys, they clearly need better fitting clothes because their t-shirts weren't going over their biceps. But there are some like big dudes following these guys around. And it's hard like not to stare at them because everybody just looks super small in comparison. But they would 100% take me out Bobby Wagner style, no problem, if I went straight on for Rachel Vanessa.
If you really want to insert dominance, pick one of them up and just look at Rachel.
I might have to do like a really bad Photoshop of that. Imagine like one on each.
Yeah.
one on each arm.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
They're just sitting there. Yeah, it's perfect.
What are you most looking forward to with this game?
I was just going to do that, Todd.
Yeah. My biggest bit of anxiety is our defense against the run. That's just what everybody's been chatting to me about this week and stuff. And I know they're like riling me up, wanting to get a bit of a thing out of me and stuff. But I'm most looking forward to, and I've the most optimistic Packers fan ever, even though they're going to give me a heart attack one of these days. And they're going to kill me halfway through a game for sure. But I'm ready to see the defense step up and shut the Giants out completely, which is going to be really exciting to see, especially in London. But weirdly, I'm also really excited to see our running back duo, Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon, and just the size of his quads, I think, in real life. I think that's going to floor me completely.
Do you think you could pick up? Yeah. Could you pick up one of his quads?
Yeah, just the one though. Two, I don't know, but yeah, definitely the one.
Jimmy has turned into a child on picking people up now. Just his brain is locked in. That's all I can think about.
Honestly,
a new segment.
Yeah.
All you guys are gonna bring up and be like, could she pick him up? I don't know.
So, Ash, who do you think is gonna? I guess who steps up in the game? I guess, but that would be, I guess, the defense you're alluding to stepping up in the game, because I don't even know who's going to be quarterback for the New York Giants, because Daniel Jones has got an ankle sprain, Tyrod Taylor is concussed. Who's going to be the quarterback?
So I think Daniel Jones is still day to day, as far as I know. But I was on the tube coming back from the game last week, so I missed the first half of last week's game against the Patriots, to suddenly getting back to like Wi-Fi and 5G. And all of a sudden the third string QB from fucking Patriots was on, and it was a close game. And I was losing my mind. I had no idea what was happening. Trying to like catch up with everything was just a bit of a whirlwind. But yeah, surely that can't happen again with the New York Giants. Surely. But yeah, honestly, I don't know who's going to be their starting QB come Sunday. It would be quite nice to see Daniel Jones maybe take the field and get completely shut out, which is kind of what I'm hoping for. So yeah, we'll roll with
And
that.
some painkillers and let's go. Yeah, the Bailey Zappi. I mean, Bailey Zappi, third string quarterback. I was kind of shitting myself too a little bit when that dude was, making some timely throws, but the run defense was so suspect. But if the Packers would have lost to Bailey Zappi, I probably would have. I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah, I think I would have gone into pure hiding for a little bit. That just would have not been okay. But yeah.
Todd, do you have anything to say to people that are talking about the run defense?
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. They'll figure it out. No concerns.
Really. 3-1's fine.
Don't listen to him. It's concerning.
I was excited though to see, apparently last week we were tied third for most explosive plays out of week 4, which was really exciting because there've been so much chat as well that I've been seeing across social media and stuff of the fact that like the Packers haven't done any big plays and everything. And I'm just like, the stat doesn't lie. Like we made some explosive and some big plays, which has been really exciting to see. But then I got really disheartened when I saw that we were tied the same with the Detroit Lions and stuff. But I was like, it's okay. I'll let them have a win for one thing, which is not a problem. But yeah, that was a cool stat to see as well.
Hey, when you're there in attendance, Saquon Barkley, the Giants running back, he might have quads just as big as AJ Dillon. You gotta like get to the bottom of this. Who's got the bigger quads on the field, AJ Dillon or Saquon Barkley? Because that dude's a beast too.
Okay, I'll bring I'll bring a tape measure.
Yeah,
we'll go in.
Yeah,
you do it a metric or.
Yeah, you'll have to convert it to inches for us because our dumb brains will not understand.
So like, what is a centimeter? No,
never heard of it.
Todd knows all about centimeters. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was completely called for and accurate.
he's a carpenter on the side.
2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. Everybody knows that.
Grab that pretty quick.
It's the one conversion that I know. Jimmy, you all right there, bud?
I'm good. I just was not expecting that. But yeah, 2.54 is not bad, Todd. Don't feel bad about it.
Yeah, no, I'm like you said, I've got some experience with construction.
Yeah, it's carpenter on the side.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about for sure.
I was one step ahead.
Yeah, I've done some plumbing too. Laid a lot of pipe. No big deal.
Okay, I hate you. Let's get to this.
So we're gonna jump in to the bar bets in a second, but first I'm gonna drop the link in here for Kenny Clark's charity sign up that we're doing. So the entries for the jersey, that's closed, but you can still sign up if you want to. We'll probably have some more giveaways throughout the season that you'll be able to sign up for. I think Jason had some questions verifying his sign up earlier. Again, Dan's DMs, they're wide open for any questions about any and all of this. Evo, Jimmy, how we doing, guys?
I'm trying to stop laughing. Every time I look, you're smirking, so I smirk, and then you laugh, so I'm laughing.
I got the case of the giggles, all right?
We just need to go back to talking about who Ashley could pick up.
Yes.
Bring you back to earth, Jimmy.
Yeah. No metric system anymore, please.
Name all the players you think you could pick up.
The entire O-line.
I believe
at once?
it.
On one arm.
I believe it.
And then the defensive line on the other arm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not TJ Slayton, though. Okay. He's too big.
I think you could realistically pick up Matt LaFleur. I think you could do that.
Or Crosby.
Oh, yeah.
That
would be a picture. Imagine me giving him a piggyback.
Mm-hmm. I'm picturing it now.
Everybody else in like the media conference bit, they'll be asking like proper serious questions, and then I'll be like, "Hey,
can I give you a piggyback?
One. Can I give you a piggyback?
Do you think I could hold you?
I will never be allowed back."
I don't.
Do you have a football team that you root for over there? Is it the Tottenham Hotspurs or
no? I don't know if you know Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Harry Kane. he got severely booed at Tottenham on Sunday, just gone. And I can't imagine being booed that badly in your own stadium as
Didn't he
like
just score a big
soccer.
goal for England like a couple weeks ago? Like,
Yeah, but then the day before he lost really badly to Arsenal. So
the
I
Gunners,
think
man,
yeah,
unbelievable.
people just lost their minds. But yeah, I'm not a soccer fan or football fan. I'll sit through like a World Cup game and everything, but
Sure.
yeah,
Real hard
football not my
hitting.
thing.
For some journalism, how do people feel about Ted Lasso over there? Do you guys like it, dislike it?
We absolutely love it. I'm yet to meet anybody who hasn't at least watched one season. But yeah, it was so cool kind of seeing them at the stadium and stuff this week just gone as well. And I keep talking about my friends with the vintage shop, but they dressed up all the guys as well in like vintage gear and stuff, which was really cool and exciting. But yeah, Ted Lasso, it's a pretty big deal over here as well. But I also love it when people, like, I get this question a lot. People are like, so AFC Richmond, like, do you go and watch them play and everything? And I'm like, they're not a real team. I mean, I wish they were. But yeah, they're
Good thing to
definitely
know.
not a real team.
Real to me, damn
Good
it.
thing to know.
So in America, people will say like, "Oh, soccer's so boring, 0-1, blah." Like in the UK, is the NFL perceived as scoring too much? Is it too
No.
exciting?
No, and weirdly, I don't know who's been saying this, but there was like, and I don't know what network this was on, but people were so like people kept saying that the English people, we loved like a slow kicking game. And I
Yeah,
couldn't deal with
Okay,
it.
I was just gonna bring that up because they were talking about it as did we just lose Evo entirely? They were talking about it on the broadcast during the Vikings game. Like every time a kicker came out, they're like, "Oh, and the fans here just love the kickers." And I was like, "Why? Because they're soccer fans? You just automatically assume the kicking game is where they're at?" Like,
I don't know who was giving them this piece of information to run with, but it's so wrong. Oh, he's back.
Sorry, I leaned on something and it exited the screen. I was laughing. Sorry.
here, I'm gonna separate Jimmy and Ebo for a little bit. Just put them in opposite corners. See if
Yeah, I'm not gonna look at the screen for a bit.
cool. Don't talk into your microphone either. That's great.
Sorry.
What did I miss?
What didn't you miss?
Sorry. Whew. Jimmy
She was just informing
doing
us
it for
that-
me this half hour.
Regardless of what they were saying on the broadcast, a slow kicking game is not the NFL game that they enjoy over there.
Imagine that's like such a British thing as well. Like we don't need that as a stereotype for us.
Big fans
It's
of
just so
kickers.
bad.
Well, I'm never coming over. You're welcome. Let's jump into bar bets while I think both of these guys might be able to breathe.
I'm good.
No,
I can't look at the screen. I'm looking up. It's like that Office episode where Jim looks at Dwight's forehead. That's what I'm doing right now.
Just looking forward. I'm not looking at the screen. I'm just looking forward.
Yeah, this is perfect strategy.
Yep.
In
it?
I don't even know where. Let's see. Yeah, we're just gonna run with it. I don't know where we've got the Bakhtiari things hidden somewhere. Oh, found them.
There we go.
Let's start it up here. Aaron Rodgers over under this week. Is he gonna light it up in London? Over under 3.5 touchdowns. Ebo.
Yes, Aaron Rodgers. I alluded to this earlier. He's the farthest away from his family he could possibly be. He's got to impress an all new fan base. First time he's been over there playing, and he's probably got some cool like London version of ayahuasca tea. So yes, Aaron Rodgers lights it up. Over.
How many Bakhtiaris? 1 through 5.
All of them.
There it is. Jimmy?
Just
Even
real
though he
quick,
took my cheese job, all of them.
Ash, is there a British version of ayahuasca tea?
I'm gonna say yes. I
It's
don't
just
know
Earl
what it is.
Grey with LSD in it.
Sprinkled with a little mushroom garnish.
I'll bring it on Friday for when he steps off the plane. Start
Ship some to me
strong.
too.
Anyways, I'm going under 5 Bakhtiaris. Maybe he'll get 3. I don't see him going over that. I think it's going to be going back to the run, and he'll be opportunistic, but I don't think he has more than 3 touchdowns.
Ash?
Yeah, I'm going to go with under as well. I do think maybe he sneaks in a couple of like rushing touchdowns too, but but I'm going to go with maybe 4 Bakhtiaris for the under.
Excellent. I'm going to go. I wrote this one thinking, over. Now I'm maybe thinking under, but I realize I'm thinking under because of what Jimmy said. So I'm going to go 5 over.
Smart.
Absolutely going to tear it up.
Baby. 5 club.
Next one, Rashawn Gary coming off a monster game. Either looking at a third string quarterback or a guy with a bum ankle that's probably not moving a lot this week. Over under 1.5 sacks. Ash, will have you started this time.
5 Bakhtiaris over. 100%. It's going to happen. Yeah.
Very confident.
Ebo?
I'm going to go, and you kind of already said it, Todd. Bum ankle if Daniel Jones is playing, or Dan Jones. And then when it comes to whoever else is going to be behind there, I think they're just going to run the ball a lot. So you can't sack a guy when he's, handing the ball off a lot. I'm going to go under.
How many?
Ooh, I will do 4 Bakhtiaris, 1 sack.
Okay. Jimmy? Keep it together. You've got 2 more.
5. I'm going right now. You interrupted me. 5 Bakhtiaris.
Let the guy talk.
5 Bakhtiaris over. When he gets 2 sacks, my Clay Matthews jersey will be Darren Sharpard, to where I'm going to tape over his name and put Gary on it.
Wow. This close to him retiring? That's
motherfucker is retired. I'm going to end it right now. It's going to be a Gary jersey by next week.
Beautiful hair.
Yeah, as long as you don't go buy one, we're fine. I'm going to go 5 over. The guy's an absolute animal. Whoever they put back there, he's going to go find him. It'll be great. Will Dubs have a 3rd straight?
Ooh, Dobbs. He was on our show. Call him the name.
Dobbs, my bad. Will he have a touchdown for a 3rd straight week? Ash?
I would love to see it, but I'm going to be controversial and say 3 Bakhtiaris, no. I would love to see it, though, so I hope I'm not jinxing it.
Evo?
I thought we weren't supposed to talk about Romeo Dobbs.
But nobody edited the...
No, Dan's right.
Nobody edited the agenda.
I'm going to go... because I already said Rodgers, I took him over on touchdowns. So that means Romeo Dobbs will be catching some touchdowns. Give me 5 David Bakhtiaris. That it's the over.
Jimmy?
I'm going with Ebo, just not as confident. I'm gonna go 3 Bakhtiaris. Yes.
Wow.
Over.
Don't get too far out on that limb there, guy.
I'll go to 2. Honestly, don't push me.
I'm gonna go 5. No. I feel like Rodgers is. Wait a minute. I took him on the over for. Yeah. I'm gonna go 5. Yes, he will.
What?
I was gonna say no, but then I realized I said Rodgers is gonna throw 4 touchdown passes. Probably gonna find Dobbs on one of those. So,
can you do half Bakhtiaris?
No.
No, you can't cut a man in half.
Yeah. Dan didn't make that graphic.
Lazy.
How would we do it? This way or this way?
Like Solomon, King Solomon.
How do we know that's how he's going to cut the baby in half?
Actually, you bring up a really good point. I don't know.
Ash, tell the people where they can find you before this gets out of hand.
I'm like, as always, I'm happy to just watch away for the rest of the night. This is amazing. But yeah, you can follow me on Ash in the NFL across all beautiful social media platforms. And it will just be heavy Packers content now for this week and the rest of my entire life. But yeah.
Perfect. Ebo, we appreciate you jumping in.
Hey, I'm sorry I got a case of the giggles, but thanks so much.
Absolutely. Do you want to let the people know where they can find you, my good sir?
Right here. There you go. Right there. Twitter, Instagram. Hit me up. I'm kind of a dick sometimes on it, but it's fun. So let's go.
That's what it's all about. You can follow me at the Todd V. Follow Jimmy at Jimmy _C08. We'll see you guys next week.
Hey. Mwah.